out. Can I help you?
I don't know, can you?
He's bothering you. He's harassing me. If you use that word, that means I have to do a bunch of stuff.
Well, aquí me encuentro con Alycia Pascual-Peña, Dominican goddess from the Bronx. Thank you so much for being with us at LATV, where we like to say that we are the Latinos redefining culture.
Oh, beautiful. I love that. Thank you for having me.
It says to draw hearts and stars on your hands to show support.
That's hot.
So you star in the upcoming Netflix release, Moxie, which is about, a shy girl that gains a little courage, in high school at 16 years old, to call out some sexism. Are you the type? I want to know about you personally. Are you the type to call out some BS in the room?
Oh, girl. Yes, I am. Which is probably not everybody's favorite thing, but yes, I am. My mom, since I was younger, would call me a rebel with a cause before I could even fully understand what that term meant, and man, was she right. So yeah, I'm definitely the one to call out some mess if I see it. And I'm like, that's oppressive, that's misogynistic, that's sexist, that's, homophobic. I'm definitely the one to call people out and hopefully hold them accountable. But something that I love to say is to educate with empathy and lead in love. So I never do it in a spirit of anger, but I hope to elevate the spaces that I'm in and leave every project and the individual that I encounter better than I came to it. So yes, I am one to call stuff out.
Listen, you just have to get out what it is you want to say, Why keep it inside?
Yeah, for real. And, I'm like, the world tries to silence us enough. Like, take power in who you are and use your voice. Everybody has one and everyone's should be valued. And I've always been an outspoken person, but I definitely was not this outspoken in my younger years. So I try to always show up as myself and be proud of who I am and my journey. So yeah, that leads me to be pretty vocal about things and the things that I care about.
I love that, because I do want to touch a little bit about your younger years, perhaps. This script is about 16-year-olds taking the stance. I know that at 16, I didn't know what words to put to certain concepts. I'd catch a little something, I'm like, that's sus, but I don't know what to call it.
That's weird, I don't like that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you have the script in your hand. You're going through it page by page. What are your initial thoughts?
Well, my mom said it best. She happened to have been in LA when I first auditioned for this role. And when she saw the breakdown and was reading just the audition sides with me, she was like, did they meet you? Like, is this you? Those were her exact words. And she couldn't be more right. I saw it and I was immediately in love. And that was before I even got my hands on the beautiful book written by Jennifer and the script. And I knew that I wanted to be a part of it. But yeah, at 16, I'm grateful that I was a part of like certain movements. I went out and marched with my fellow peers and my mother during women's marches and spoke about ending gun violence. And, my little crazy self was writing petitions in 5th grade because I had such a powerful mother that told me about stories of her in college doing sit-ins and things like that. So yeah, I've always been a little activist, or striving to be, because there's so many people that I look up to and are the leaders of these movements. So I was really privileged to immediately and viscerally connect with Lucy. Certain experiences that she had, I had down to the T, whether it was debating with someone in class about a story, or about the fact that it was education with a Eurocentric lens. I had those debates in class and I had that discourse, or, seeking help from teachers or guidance counselors that I didn't feel were for me, or having to navigate these spaces where I was the minority. All of those experiences that Lucy has in the film, I experienced in my own life.
Wow, I'm kind of curious. You mentioned that you were a minority in middle and high school. Is that the case? Like, did you go out of your community to school?
Yes.
Yes,
you get it. So I'm from the Bronx, which is a predominantly Black and Latino community, but I ended up going to school. When I started school, I lived in Dallas, Texas for a couple of years, and then I went to high school in Westchester, New York, which is the polar opposite of the Bronx. It is like one of the richest counties in the country, so most of the time.
How did that feel?
wasn't favorable. It led to me having some very peculiar and degrading conversations and experiences. But, you know, I think that I've grown from every single one. I've used it to propel me in the things that I do and wanting to implement change in the world around me. But yeah, I walked into school and I was a part of a handful of people of color and Black kids in general in this entire school. And I was Latina and my family looked different and I came from a very different community, which caused for people to look at me differently and have these preconceived notions about who I was, which was difficult, but I learned from it all and I think it just made me stronger. And grateful to be here now and telling these stories that I care about. I'm hungry to see more Latinas and Latinos and Black people in film and behind the camera and telling these stories. But specifically as Afro-Latinos, we are kind of an anomaly in the industry and we've never seen ourselves, and it's unfortunate and it's a disservice when we're telling stories about Latinidad. So I'm grateful to now be taking strides and representing my community and showing people that I am so proud of being both Latina and Black and being a part of the Latinx community.
Revolution, baby.
Well, I'm glad that it gave you this energy to continue your quadruple threat. So, hustler, right? So
Thank you.
What else you do, and thank you so much for being with us at LATV.
Thank you, sis. It was a pleasure. Have a great day.
Ladies first. Or can I say that? Or do you want to go first?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Thanks.
Absolutely. Oh.